Okay, I'm sorry for the delay caused. Welcome all of you once again from my side in another session, and I hope the examinations are going on pretty well of those who had their examinations. Let's start another session that we would love to emphasize keeping the new pattern-based questions into consideration. Here we go. Now, welcome. Let's start without any delay. What's in store for us? Yes, considering the new pattern questions with phrases, clauses, okay, and such new instructions based questions added. Here we go, the first slide. Welcome, Rohit, God bless you, brother. Nancy, Kajal, Jema Kali, Radhe Radhe. Vaishnavi, good evening. Shivam, Radhe Radhe. Babli, Prerna, Gunjan, good evening, Radhe Radhe. Jessica, Har Har Mahadev. No, it is all okay saying results. Prerna, Pata. Okay, past. I thought your ID has been hacked. Pasta. Welcome, Renu. Sorry. She could, what should I do? Keep just one. Sorry. Keep just one. Okay, the fraction is D. There's a correction here, but I don't know what. Quick. There's a correction there, but yes, contain is to stop also. Contain is to stop, restrict. Contain, just like we put sugar in a container so that it doesn't. Okay, we have taken enough time. It's been 5 minutes almost. No. Prerna, pasta. Rohit, perfect. Results don't announce active voice. Results are announced passive voice. Results announce. What do they announce then? And can results announce? Results are announced by someone. Okay, the museum's new exhibition comprising of free marks, flat, comprise in the active voice is not followed by of. It consists of or consist of. However, in the passive it is all correct. This hotel is comprised of correct. This book is comprised of, correct. Comprised of an active voice, free marks, drop it. She could hardly or barely contain her excitement. She couldn't stop her excitement when the results announced. What did the results announce? Results won't be announcing, results are announced. So passive tone instead of active. Rohit, that's true. That's true. Intentionally, we cannot change the voice, or we don't dare to change the voice of a sentence. But check, objects which are personified can perform an action. Okay, but some which cannot perform an action, on which the actions are performed. Let them in the passive voice. Nancy, perfect answer. Rohit, great audacity. Everyone. रेस्ट में दाल है. Shubham, welcome. Exactly. Uh, the research indicates that regular exercise not only improves physical health, not only followed by a verb here. Okay, okay, they take the parallel construction, either or, neither nor, not only but also, both and they are always followed by the same parts of speech. You combine a subject with another subject, you combine an adjective with another adjective, you combine a verb with another verb. So we are talking about the same concept, the regular exercise, dropping the article. Regular exercise not only does this but also does that. That's redundant here. We already have the subject. Exercise not only improves this but also improves that, the same subject. So it is redundant here. Great answer. Okay, cut corners we have always noticed to economize, but it is to save cost as well as speed in order to get things done quickly. Maybe we are saving some cost, maybe we are speeding it up in order to say economizing. Maybe in terms of cost, maybe in terms of speed also. Perfect, Prerna, as always, using that shortcut. Maybe for cost, maybe for speed. Perfect, perfect. Shortcut will be a better word to define. Tailor cut corners on the fabric. This is using in the actual sense, not the idiomatic sense. Gardener cut corners. This is also the actual sense. Artist cut corners from the paper to make. This is also the literal sense, not the idiomatic one. But yes, the construction company cut corners on safety measures to complete the project early. Maybe for cost, maybe for speed. Here it is for speed, not for cost. Perfect usage. Yes, brother. He is indeed happy with his performance, but is not going to get a bonus. Contrast. Yes, Shubham. To minimize not the unnecessary, but yes, somehow unnecessary, maybe some necessary things also. Welcome, Prakta, Isha. Bhavna, good evening. Don't be Shikha. Shubham. Exactly. Okay. To pull strings is to use personal influence. I shouldn't say personal, but you can say that. Influence should be better. Use influence to get things done. Someone pulled strings to make dance gracefully on stage doesn't convey using personal influence. The guitarist pulled strings, obviously that's the literal sense, not the idiomatic one. The fisherman pulled strings attached to his nets after a long day at sea. The influential businessman used personal influence to secure his nephew's admission in the university. Yes, for admissions, we can use personal influence, and that's perfect. Unanimous with uni, that means one. Anima, which is mind. One mind, if everybody is unanimous, they think the same way. They are united, the meaning of the word. They are harmonious, the meaning of the word. They behave collectively, the meaning of the word. Opposite is divided, flat antonym. Sometimes the vocabulary becomes too tough, so today it's easy to moderate. Radhe Radhe, chivalrous, and it will be done today. Got it? Bhavna, ek mat. Nancy. Yo, Pragta. I bill. No, Shikha. The sentence defines nepotism, but the meaning of pull string is not nepotism. Can be used in any way. I may use for myself, not for my nephew or cousin and all. That is for the eighth one, I think, huh? Yes. Taciturn from tacit, speaking less. Speaking less. Reserved, synonym. Withdrawn from the society, synonym. Reticent, exactly one of the words. Loquacious, pretty much. Ephemeral, I keep on using this word in the class. Ephemeral, transitory, momentary, fleeting, evanescent, all mean lasting for a very short time. And the opposite should be everlasting, permanent, durable, reliable, and such. Jessica. Cursory also, great. Koi. Here today, gone tomorrow. Fugacious. Flesh in the pan. Thank you, Shikha, for the insights. Temporary success. Here today, gone tomorrow. Great. I remember lyrics from Eminem. Walk in my shoes just to see what it like to be me. Beautiful. The name of the song from Eminem. He had these lyrics. Here today, gone tomorrow. So you gotta walk those 1,000 miles. Okay, ninth B is correct. 10th serendipitous. Okay, is correct. Thank you. Tenacious, hardworking. Persistent, exact meaning of the word. Half-hearted, leaving in between. Sporadic, at irregular intervals. Intermittent, sometimes fasting. So the only one which defines that firm attitude. Okay, this is not from fort, which is firm. This is from fortune. Whatever happens, happens for a good cause. Let's see what happens. So happening by chance, by luck, by fortune, which is this fortune. Planned, opposite. Deliberate, intentional, expected, opposite. This is also happening by chance. Prerna, great. Luck, windfall, fortunate. Thank you. Uh, Software automatically backs up present indefinite. All important files every hour during the office hours. All files are backed up present indefinite. Okay. Were, but that's present. Will, but that's present. No have originally out there. She said, I've been working on this project. Okay, some keywords to notice. This has have been becoming had been since last Monday. Previous Monday it should be, I think, to hope to finish it by Friday. She said that I had been working on this and that project, okay, since last Monday, the previous Monday, much better, and hoped, okay, to finish it by Friday. Perfect. Any other one? It doesn't have a conjunction. She has been, no, past belongs to past. She was, no, it could have been possible, but that's better. Last Monday remaining last Monday here. That's better. And there was no Friday terminer. That Friday. It didn't say this Friday. So no, that's wrong. Rohit and chivalrous. Everyone have a look. That's not an adverb clause. I did say that before. Where itself is an adverb, but can make noun clause also. Noun clause. Where? Example, please. Adjective clause also. It's not describing place itself. It's modifying the noun place. That's the confusion. Remember, Delhi is the name of a city. Okay, you are learning grammar here, not a general statement. Delhi is not a place. Delhi is the name of a place, is not an adverb. So if Delhi were an adverb, I live Delhi would have been correct. But I live in Delhi. Okay, what about 14? I'm sure this should be new to everyone here. Prerna, everyone, Bhavna, Shikha, all of you, not mentioning few. Yes, that's correct. But concession, I read this for the first time, right? Or anyone here who knew this? Comment, please. The place, now learn this. Learn this, please. Okay, I know where she lives. Now judge this. If I ask you what about this clause, where she lives, what is this? That's not an adverb clause of place. That's a noun clause because that's the object of the verb know. I know her. I know the place where she lives. I know where she lives. I know where she went. This is noun clause because it's the object of the verb know. You have a subject, you have a transitive verb which needs an object, and that's the object. That's the object. That's what you know. I know she lives there. I know she's honest. I know where she lives. I know how to do this. Remember? I know how to play piano, how to talk to a stranger. These are the noun clauses. Although starting with how or when or where, I know when she will come. Perfect answer, Bhavna. I know what? I know this. The noun clause, the object of the verb. So where can be a part of noun clause also. Here, you have the subject. The place has now been converted into this. Which place? Where we first met. So place is noun here, for sure you can see. And words which modify or add meaning to a noun are supposed to be adjectives. The place where we first met. So that's not an adverb clause here. That's an adjective clause modifying that noun place. No verb has been modified here. Objections heartily welcome. And see this particular one. Although he studied noun clause, no, it's not the noun clause. The examination already is a noun. If that whole clause is a noun, where is the verb for that noun? It's not modifying the examination adverb clause of time. Although he studied, that's not modifying time. That's not showing even time. What is this adverb clause of concession? Because I know there is something called adverb clause of contrast. So words like although, but, however, notwithstanding, they indicate contrast. Concession, okay. From Google, I can show you. Books need not show here. Adverb clause of concession. Okay, is an adverbial clause that expresses a contrast, unexpected idea, presents the opposite of what is stated in that concessional clause. Subordinating conjunctions like although, though, even though, while, whereas, or despite the fact that that should be new in my opinion. Okay, let's go straight. So that was adverb clause of contrast. Exactly, unexpected idea. First day, first slide, content, question number 16. No, you were correct. You were asking fine, but that was the description also. Okay. No objections, please. If you have, you can drop a comments. Okay. Ambiguous. Recently we had ambiguous. Words which are capable of being understood in multiple ways. Tomorrow's class is at 7. Okay, 7. We usually have class at 6. Okay, no problem. You are here at 7 waiting for the teacher. The class completed in the morning. But did I say 7 a.m. or p.m.? But sir, you didn't mention that particularly. So that's the ambiguity. The class may be at 6 in the morning or 6 in the evening. The flight is scheduled at 6. That may be 6 in the morning or 6 in the evening. Not specifying clearly, such words are supposed to be ambiguous because they define words that can be understood or sentences that can be understood in multiple ways. So that's the ambiguity I always talk about. Ambidextrous, dexterous is hardworking. Ambi represents two or more also. This is also two. So the one who is capable of using both the hands equally well, three idiots, Viru Sahasrabuddheta, virus, if you remember, was ambidextrous. He was capable of using both the hands equally well. Ambivalent, valent, feelings. Ambivalent, the one who is, what should I say, in both ways he is able to, is ambivalent. Ambitious, no, this is from ambition with no ambiguity here. Clear, firm determination and all. Okay, one more time I must mention, if they ask someday, British English. We learn British English when it comes to our competitive English, written English, formal English. On the internet, we use American English. So all of us have a channel at home called Colors, but that's American. Google is American, so preferring US. We in examinations, descriptive papers prefer British English. So that's correct, but that's the American variation. If they ask, A will be correct, not B. Gandhiji was ambidextrous. Whoa. Yes, Bhavna, exactly. Rishte. I need to bring one more RC today because the level was moderate to easy. Perfect, Bhavna. Same here. Exactly. Because the correct phrase is, as a matter of fact, not fact of matter. First of all, let me show you this. As a matter of Google itself will show you fact synonym. Okay, drop this word synonym, as a matter of fact. As a matter of fact, we were there actually, and such. Actually itself defines that as a matter of fact. But all the expressions A, C, D were actually opposite. Fact of matter, point of matter, fact of point, nothing such. So keep it simple, clear, precise, with no ambiguity. The fact of the matter as a matter of the fact. No, matter of the point, it doesn't exist. Point of the matter, it doesn't exist. We need to address this issue at the earliest. That's it. Conveying the same meaning, the point of the matter, nothing such. And yes, this is also a good one. Probably new for you. Somehow we can remember some phrases such way. The new policy aims to blank space on tax evasion through stricter monitoring. So I think there should be norms, rules that have to be implemented for stricter monitoring of tax evasion and such. That is cracked down. Those who answered, great. To crack down means to take strong, severe, strict action to stop, punish bad, illegal behavior by enforcing laws, regulations more severely. Okay, so that was also good. The previous one was also good. Now see everyone. Yes, I'm showing the next questions. If we get this wrong, if we get this wrong, that most of us did. If we get this wrong, yes, that some of us, and that may be new for many of us. I also mentioned this. For months, one may think of time, but it's about although, not adverb of time. If we get these 4 questions wrong, the level has become difficult, isn't it? We are not supposed to get 21 correct out of 25 with parajumbles left, and considering vocabulary so easy, but these 4 may be difficult for us. So we have to consider all these. Next. All the very best from my side, brother. Go, have a smile, be cool, calm, composed, and give your best. All the best from my side. Shubham, obviously, obviously, obviously. Let me mention one of those now I remember, but not honestly or initially. Kickoff is to start. Kickoff, OFF, but OFF is used for separation And kick is such a negative word. How can kick off be start? Off should be turn the fan off. That should be off, not on. But that is from football, in case you do not know. If you kick the football off, that starts the game. Now we remember this way, otherwise we mug up. Kick off can never be start. Off is used for separation. One of the sentences is so strong, gives you clear elimination. Ronaldo, bullet also, yep. A Nike symbol for you. Why so, Bhavna? Done. That's the answer. Finished. Khatam. Tata. Bye bye. But that should be at the end, I would say. Take your time, but that was easy, I think. Last 1 minute. No, it wasn't difficult at all. See, the coastal town's annual function attracted sailors from across the world region. Okay, so there is some annual festival going on where sailors are coming from across the region. Okay. Spectators gathered on the cliff tops with picnic baskets and folding chairs to watch the races. Okay, when there is an annual function, annual event, spectators will come, will watch the events going on. Okay, no problem. We can start with P. No problem. Harbor officials coordinated with the Coast Guard to ensure safety during the competitive events. That is also fine to put PQ because the race is going on. So there should be the safety concerns also. We must ensure safety. Yes, yes, that's better. Local businesses prepared special menus and extended their hours to accommodate the visiting crews. Yes, people are coming, so we must accommodate them and such and such. Yes, PQR is better, no objection. Prize ceremonies at sunset. Prize ceremony doesn't happen in the beginning, it happens in the end. Celebrated both the winners. Now, the race is going on here, things are going on here, people are coming, but that seems to me the end of the event. Winners, participants, the prize distribution, that's last, obviously. I don't know what about the order of PQR or RPQ or RQP, but I know after all this, the price distribution will happen. And that's how I arranged the options, keeping S at the end in just one. This is the answer. No matter you say QRP, RPQ, why waste time when we have clarity with the last one? Sunset and winners, prize distribution, done. That's it. The end of the event. Objections welcome. Rohit. So which one to pick? Either A or C? Have a look again. You can easily finish. Not at once, but probably next time or third time we can finish. That's better. So no, Shubham. Slight change, brother. You are correct, not wrong. P in the beginning, QR in between, S at the end. But options are so close. P in the beginning, QR in between, and S at the end in two, making this the better choice. That's not wrong. We have a better choice here. See, university's psychology department launched a study on commuter stress patterns. Okay, some research is going on, some study is going on in this department. Okay, so those researchers who were conducting that study distributed sensors to those volunteers. Do you want to participate? Intentionally, we won't be paying you for that. Volunteers. Just like we were or we are during college or school. We are not getting paid for that, but we work intentionally. So, volunteers. Now, another key emphasis, who traveled by different modes of transport. You want to participate? You want to participate? Come, come, come. They are the volunteers. And these volunteers, since are participating, are the participants who travel by different modes of transport. So they kept the details, I would say in simple words, they kept the details. Today I came by, say, train, by bus, and that's the journey, cost, say anything like that, time and such. So those participants, the volunteers who participated, kept the details during various journey types. Can you see this? Various journey types, different modes of transports, photocopy of both the sentences together. Okay, so their details can now be called the data. The data collection from these participants revealed variations between this and that. And that's the result of the findings. Initial findings suggested that this and that. The research influenced then this and that. Now I hope you can see clearly. A study is going to get conducted. They needed some volunteers to check different modes of transport. Those volunteers, that's almost the same, the participants, kept their details. They kept their details. What is inside the details, we do not know. Of those various modes of transport, various during various journey types, photocopy of each other, P and S, P and R, I'm sorry, P and R, okay, these. And they had their data. The result was this, and so did. Okay, doubts welcome. Another a bit motivational RC. Journey types follow journey duration RS. But that's the result, brother. You are correct, not wrong. But see, that's the result. Not just the words we are connecting, that's the result. Initial findings suggested, showed, revealed that routines reduced stress more than journey duration alone. That's the result. Can you see? Not the word journey, but that's the result of their various journeys. Here they are discussing the same various journey types, different modes of transports. That's the result of their journey. Prerna, whatever you say, I'll do that. No problem. You are one of those sincere students. But we don't have close tests. I hope you remember this year in tier 1. So I skipped close tests and put RCs. Mention again, I will follow or consider your request. Whoa. Will consider. Okay. An additional close test apart from the RC. Sure. When you improvise, you deal instantly, extempore, remember, without preparation speech. If somebody is shouting at you and you are a doctor, you need not shout at them back. You need to handle the situation of by what happened actually. Why is he shouting? According to that. So that is improvisation. You behave instantly as per the situation. Being a comic, being an actor, being a teacher, you improvise. Jai Kali, be safe, take care, have a smile. Kajal. Don't be sorry, क्यों पाप चढ़ा रहे हैं चाहिए. Dawn, no next. Everyone, perfect. I won't say these are easy RCs. I won't say they are difficult, but they are not easy. They didn't have straight lines from the passage. This is the answer to the first one. This is written over here, the answer to the second one. All were inference based, but yes, if we understood the passage, we can answer them perfectly. Thank you. No straight line, I would say, but her approach to observing both animals and farmers suggested that effective care requires advanced diagnostic equipment to compensate for the poor, not the diseases, but communication. There was no treatment of poor communication in the passage. charging higher fees who undervalue the professional services. Nothing such was there in the passage. Limiting practice to farmers who can properly describe symptoms. The next line crosses this. Her concern exceeded their words. So the little they were able to explain, she understood more than that. She didn't limit her practice to farmers who can just describe the symptoms. Her concern exceeded their words. But yes, understanding the human context that influences their treatment decisions. Her concern exceeded their words. She read between the lines. She understood what they didn't even say. Farmers deliberately concealed, no, they didn't deliberately or intentionally concealed information. They were not able to explain, or they were not aware of that. Language barriers, it wasn't like they were speaking in Bengali, she was able to understand Marathi. Nothing such was there in the passage. She misinterpreted, never. Nowhere in the passage. Farmers worried more than they could express about the conditions. Success of her booking through informal networks demonstrates rural communities prefer word of mouth recommendations. There was no professional advertisement. Her appointment book filled not through advertisement but through conversations at feed stores and the shows. So those word of mouth conversations, recommendations helped her, not professional advertisement, not through advertising. So nothing such was there. Okay, straight answer. The services are too expensive for farmers. The shows provide the most effective marketing opportunities. There was no marketing in the passage. Mobile clinics face unfair competition. There was no competition in the passage either. Her emphasis on flexibility in scheduling primarily reflects that was probably because of weather conditions, road conditions that changed her schedule, but she viewed flexibility as essential to the rural practice. She carried emergency supplies for the unexpected complications. Shikashi didn't prefer emergency. She carried emergency supplies, but she didn't prefer them to someone ordinary, right? So the poor time management skills developed during training, no poor time management. She was flexible, not poor time management. A recognition that rural conditions require adaptive service delivery methods. Yep. Inability to maintain, no. Preference for emergency, no preference. Central theme of the passage. Mobile services are cost effective. It wasn't about being cost effective. It was about being not just the animals, but also their farmers, their caretakers. They were also considered here in the passage. The education inadequately prepares graduates for practical challenges. Why inadequately? Why not adequately? Why not adequately? Adequately, I'm sorry. Modern farming practices require specialized equipment which is unavailable in mobile units. Nothing was emphasized about equipment. Yes, rural animal care succeeded through understanding the local contexts. Her concern exceeded their words and building that community trust, so that advertisement didn't help, but that word of mouth conversation helped her. Shikha, in which one? Service delivery. In which one, please? Question number 21, 2, 3, 4, 5. Quick. Quicker. 24B. Service delivery was such. She had to adjust her schedule because of weather conditions, because of road conditions, but she viewed flexibility as essential to the rural practice, her work, delivery. Okay, see. I can see delivery directly here, but not in direct words. Her patients couldn't visit her office. See, I cannot go to Bangalore to buy that new iPhone. So she adapted her office to reach them wherever they lived. Can order on Flipkart and Amazon and I can get them. Yeah, she was able to read between the lines. Okay. So that's all I had in this session today. Thank you so much for being here. Bye bye. Take care. Be safe, everyone. And you guys were fabulous today. The level was easy to moderate, but somehow you managed. Thank you so much. See you pretty soon on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Thursday, on Thursday. The legacy should continue. All the best to all those students who had their examination, who have their examination. If you are new here, do subscribe and would love to see you in the upcoming sessions. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thank you, Nancy Bhavna. Thank you, Rohit. Shikha, Bubbly, Prerna, thank you so much for the encouragement. Shivani, Gunjan, thanks a lot. Radhe Radhe. Neha, never be. God bless you. Be safe. Have a smile. No problem. Thank you, Isha. Okay, finishing things off. Thank you, Vaishnavi. Thanks a lot.